Alright, so we're going to now look at our problem solving. What do we do when we have a word problem in math? So these are the basics we need to understand. UPDC. Understand, plan, do, and check. This is what I want everyone to do every single time you see a word problem. So we're going to look at each one of these in depth. So we start out with understand. The very first thing you always do is you read the problem. You try to visualize what is happening in the problem and then think about it. Give it a little while to let it sink in and try to understand what's going on in the problem. Now we need to identify, what do they want us to answer? What is the wanted? Basically restating the problem. All right, what do they give us? What do they give us in the problem? And what information is needed in order to solve the problem? All right, restate the problem. Now, this is understanding. After you understand the problem, we then go to plan. So in the understanding also, you need to decontextualize the problem. Get rid of all those words and pull out all of your information. And that is where the wanted, given, and needed part comes from. So basically, take away words and make it easier for you to understand. Decontextualize the problem. All right, guys, next we have plan. After we understand, we now plan. What are we going to do? Choose a strategy. You're going to either, these are just some options you could do. You can work backwards. You can look for a pattern. You can create a table or organized list. You can guess and check. You can solve a simpler problem. You can draw a picture or a diagram. So this is you're choosing a strategy, you're planning what to do. After you have figured out what you want to do, then you actually work the problem out, solve the problem, do the problem. I love setting up equations with our unknown value, our variable, our unknown value. I always set up those equations. So then after we have done the problem, we last go to check the problem. So when we check the problem, you need to ask yourself, does my solution make sense? Is my solution reasonable? Can I solve it in another way? Guys, checking your work, I can't tell you the importance of checking your work. You need to go back, rework your problems, do it another way. Ask yourself, is it reasonable? Does it make sense? Just use your common sense. When you're checking your work, use your common sense and really think about the problem, to see if it is making sense. All right, guys, so here's what we do every single time when we solve problems. You need to do UPDC, understand, plan, do, and check.